this Sion?
Yes, I changed my name.
Oh, how you doing, Sion?
I got my ear to the streets, John. What is this threatening people behind the scenes, to dox people, everything I hear on Who Are These podcasts? What's going on?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You are aware that
I
the
have
show
people
called Who Are These podcasts and Kumia and Shuli go on there and trash you, right?
Who cares? They don't boo nobodies, Sion. Let them trash me all they want. I don't care. I do my own show. It doesn't bother me. So
what about
trash me all you want. You can do as many shows you want. Trash me all you want. I don't care.
Yeah. But what about that?
Really does not. It really does not bother me. And why don't you ever show your face? What are you so embarrassed about?
Go on my Facebook, and my face is right there. But what about that?
Why do you always cover your face? Why do you cover your face so much every time you do a show?
Because you don't get the gig.
I'm just curious why you do that.
Okay, now shut your mouth and let me ask about the chick who donated to you.
It's an odd phenomenon that you cover your face.
Stop donating because you threatened her because you had to pay your rent.
I don't know.
I got a chipped tooth and I don't care.
You open up your soda cans with that
tooth? You have to cover your face? I've never heard such a ridiculous thing in my life.
Stop filibustering and answer what I'm asking.
I've already answered. I don't know what you're talking about, and they can trash me all they want.
I don't know what he's talking about, John. There's a woman that donated to John. Then what's the second part of the question?
Well, she donated to John, and then he said he needed the money to pay rent. Then he wanted to hook up with her.
Oh, that's
she stopped donating.
By the way,
he called her family.
Elisa, that's all a load of horse crap. That lady, that woman he's referring to, is a lunatic. She sent me he doesn't know.
I don't know that.
Well, let's get the answer. Let's see what really happened.
A picture pointing a gun at the camera, saying this is for you. Okay. She also would text me naked pictures of herself, which I didn't ask for. This lady is an absolute lunatic, and she's lied on all these shows about me. But the funny thing about it, Lisa, is when she goes on these shows and lies about me, every host, including the ones he has mentioned, figures out she's a lunatic. And they realize they go from saying that, she was normal to going, now I took advantage of a mentally insane person. So they can't have it both ways. I didn't know that she was a lunatic in the beginning. She seemed just like a generous fan. I didn't know. But then she suddenly became a lunatic. So much, I had my moderator listen in on the phone call, so I had a witness. So what you're saying, Sion, is not the truth. You're getting it from her. And you're getting it from her side. But let me tell you this right now. The things that she's spewing is absolute horseshit.
Oh, interesting.
And I swear on my life with that. I never asked her for money for child support. I could show you, Sion, if you want. The initial DM, Elisa, I swear on my life here, okay? I don't lie. I don't like to lie. She DMs me, John, I'm a millionaire. I could either donate large amounts of money to you or Joe Biden's campaign. And I go, I don't care, but if you want to donate to me, that would be fine. What am I going to say? No? I mean, what person would say, no, don't donate to me? So she did. Then it became scary. Then she kept on calling. Then she expected me to call. Then she wanted my neighbor's number so she can call and check on me. This is how bizarre the rabbit hole became. She's a lunatic. So for these people and Sion to bring up an absolute, by the way, she's been in the asylum a couple of times.
Is she not as good looking as you thought she'd be originally, John?
Oh, I didn't know what she looked like in the beginning. I had no idea.
But if she was better looking, do you think that you would be calling her crazy?
No, I don't particularly think that she's an ugly looking woman at all. I would never consider her an ugly looking woman. I think she's certifiably insane. And I think that, and I've contacted an attorney about suing her for the things that she said that are false and the things that she says on other shows that are false. Those other shows, though, they now realize that she's a lunatic and they have cut ties with her as well. And I know that as a fact because one of the shows that Sion is referring to, he started posting how nutty this woman is and he hopes that she leaves him alone. So that's a fact. So if Sion wants to spew nonsensical horseshit, he could do so.
Nonsensical.
Yeah, but I'm telling the truth. So he can say all of this garbage, But I know what the truth is because I have the texts, I have the DMs, I have all of those things. But do I want to waste my time with this woman who obviously needs serious help, whose father and mother take care of her? Okay, do you think I really want any involvement with this woman any more than I had to? I cut ties with her. As I noticed, the aforementioned shows that Sion Z said, they've also cut ties with her because she's a lunatic. Look, Elisa, as you know, I'm sure you've experienced this. You're a beautiful woman. I'm sure you've experienced this as well. You get sycophants, you get lunatics, you get trolls. I'm sure you get them all the time. So you could only understand that I get them as well. And this woman is one of them. So
how much money did she give you?
Like, I don't know, like $2,000 in donations. I mean, she was very generous. But you have to understand, I don't know if you know how it works. I don't know if you do it, but I think you have to have a certain amount of subscribers. They do a certain thing called super chats, okay? Mm-hmm. So if you're a fan of the show, like Hal Sparks, or you're a fan of Heather McDonald, everybody does it.
No, I have that here. I have super chats.
Okay. So they donate super chats. There are people who have donated to me thousands over the years.
Okay, so this woman, so when she was sending you,
not accept the donation. I mean, look, I work.
No, you're going to accept the donation, but John, what made her send those nude pictures? Were you asking for nude pictures?
No, not at all.
No, but she had your cell phone.
I also didn't ask you to send me a picture holding a gun at me, threatening to kill me. So you know, this Sion dude comes on under a different name because they're all cowards. He doesn't even come on with his real name because they're all cowards. My name is Stuttering John Melendez. I live in Canoga Park. I go to Pickwick Pub every day around 3 or 4 in Woodland Hills. Feel free to come by if you have a beef with me. I know how to take care of myself. But you got these little cowards who try and create these false narratives. But that's all they are, is false narratives. And they like to spew them. For instance, they say, I don't see my kids. I never see my kids. Guess what I'm doing today, Elisa? I'm having dinner with my children. Okay.
So how would they even know that? How would they?
Don't.
Yeah.
They don't. Then they'll go on and they'll say, "Oh, John doesn't pay his child support." Elisa, I would be put in jail if I didn't pay my child support.
Yeah, that is ridiculous because there's no way for them to know that. They only know what they've heard on your podcast or on the radio. That's all they know.
What they hear on these other people's podcasts. Who gets these people like this woman to come on and lie about me? Like Sion, he's a liar. Sion is not a liar. Sion lies on every single show.
First of all,
that
everyone knows my name.
He lies.
Of course, we know where you live. We see the roaches during your life.
He is the
liar. Sion, hold on 1 second.
Online. Hold on. Just blank him out for a second, okay?
I did. I just muted him for a second, but he just regurgitates news that he's read other places. I don't think he makes up stuff.
Do you notice Sion post shows where he gets so drunk, he has fights with his mother-in-law live on the show, and he gets into huge battles? A drunken Sion, whose name is Kyle, gets into huge fights with his mother-in-law. It's so pathetically embarrassing to see this drunken lunatic start yelling at his mother-in-law through a closet door while he's broadcasting. And this guy is going to talk to me about ethics? Really? Are you fucking kidding me, Kyle? He gets it. Elisa, check it out. I don't lie. This is.
Are you watching Carl? Are you watching Kyle every day?
No. People tell me, John, you got to see. This is the funniest thing. Kyle is now fighting with his mother-in-law on his YouTube while he's completely inebriated. So I'm just saying, the people that like to throw stones, they live in glass houses. This freaking guy, who I know what his criminal record is. So, Kyle, you want me to get into that part of it? Because I can certainly get into your criminal history.
Why do you know his criminal history? That is weird, John. That is very weird. You should not know anything about that guy.
Elisa, people in my chats say it. I don't have any, there's nothing I could do. They write in my chat, you hear about Sion Z. Here's Sion Z's been arrested for this and for that. Oh, did you hear Sion Z got into a fight with his mother-in-law? I don't ask for this information, Elisa. People just say it.
Charmin, any thoughts on what's going on?
You know what? I'm actually kind of glad John's here sharing all this with us. We've had so much go on over the last couple of weeks between the Taylors and Mark Cruz, and how people just make stuff up and they just share stuff. I'm kind of glad this is happening, because it's happening everywhere. People just make stuff up about you and they say stuff that's not true, and then somebody else repeats it, and suddenly it becomes law and canon, and you're not paying your child support, and somebody else is doing that, and somebody else is doing this.
Charmin, it gets so bad. Charmin, it gets so bad that once I forgot to pay my gas bill, I just forgot, right, or something. So of course I paid it as soon as they told me that I was late. Then for a week on these shows that Sion had mentioned, they start writing, I can't afford my gas bill. Then they start writing,
gas bills are expensive.
I just bought a new car. Then they write, oh, he bought a used Kia. Like, they make up this stuff. Yeah. But you know what? They do it, which means I must be doing something right. If they have this much time and energy to waste into hating on me,
then you must be doing something right? Because they're going to talk about something.
Avalanche. He said, John is still swinging on Howard Stern's balls. All right, listen, Elisa. I'll address this too, because I address everything, because I'm an open book. First of all, I rarely talk about Howard Stern. I worked with Jay Leno for 10 years and with Stephanie Miller, okay? Way after Howard. The only time I bring up Howard is when something comes up in the news. And if not, I'm talking politics on all my shows. I rarely ever talk about Howard.
All right, John, you just proved something to me. Now how I know that woman was telling the truth. You just threatened to release. I want to get into your criminal history. Like, everybody doesn't know, and I don't say it.
I'm saying you're out here. You're out here accusing me.
You obviously do that to
I'm
everybody you have a problem with.
I'm saying people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
You tried doing with me.
Kyle, if you're going to go on and make false accusations about me, why don't I have the same right to make truthful accusations about you? If he's going to make false accusations about me, why don't I also then have the right to make truthful accusations about him?
That is kind of confusing. It is.
If he's going to come on your show and lie about me,
he's just saying something he heard. Okay. Yeah, you were involved with this woman. You were involved with this woman a little.
To say what I heard, which is that he's been arrested on multiple occasions. That's what I heard. So he's allowed to say what he heard, but I can't say what I heard.
Yes, John, I'm a black guy from the hood. I've been arrested a bunch.
That doesn't seem
groundbreaking discovery. I'm pretty sure you're probably paid
at least
for it.
That doesn't seem fair. He's allowed to spew lies about me, but I can't then. I can't then defend myself. And then
I was saying I got arrested defending
about his criminal history. I can't spew truths about him being inebriated, arguing with his mother-in-law, being horribly disrespectful. I can't.
What does this have to do with you ripping off this lady?
Because I never ripped her off. There you go. There you go.
Again, I think I know what happened.
There you go.
Wait, Yewneek, 1 second. I think I know what happened.
No, hold on. Okay. Elisa, he's spreading lies again. I didn't rip off anybody. She offered to donate to me, and I said, sure. If that's considered ripping somebody off, then let's get on every politician who accepts donations, okay? Let's get on Donald Trump for accepting $300 million right now in donations from his super PAC. If you're going to start worrying about people accepting donations, then let's get on every live streamer who accepts super chats, okay? Because that's the hypocrisy of Sion, because he also gets paid from YouTube.
My guess is that the woman that was donating wanted more out of the relationship from the 2000 than what she got. That's my guess.
Elisa. She wanted to fly me to Jamaica. She wanted to move in with me. She was a lunatic, and I didn't realize it until later on. And if you don't believe me, privately, the next time I see you, I'll show you the texts. Can I take you to Jamaica? Let's spend the week in Jamaica. She had a massive crush on me, and it got to be stalkerish.
She sounds like a great fan for Kermit and Friends. You should send her this way.
I'm telling you, Lisa.
I love Jamaica.
I wouldn't do it to my worst enemy.
All right, we have Barry.
Able to spend more than a day.
Okay, please hold. Barry, go ahead.
Hey, John, I have a question for you. Hey, John, how you doing? Long-time fan here. I'm good. Long-time fan here.
How are you?
So I'm great. Long-time fan here. So I wanted to ask you, what's wrong with fucking lunatics? Because we have a shitload of them on this show. And that's what makes this show, including myself, I'm a lunatic too.
Barry, your audio is so bad. Fix your audio. There's nothing wrong with lunatics. We love lunatics.
HUD Isaacson. Usually done at 1 o'clock.
I know, but it's going well. HUD Isaacson, question for John.
Hey, HUD, how are you?
Hey, Stuttering John. It's good to meet you. My dad's a huge fan. Can you please tell my dad, Arnold Isaacson, that he has a big penis and that he's not balding?
I wouldn't know that. Show me a picture of his bald head. I don't want to see his penis.
Yeah, send
By the way, why the hell
would
he know about his dad's penis?
I don't know. He's an unusual guy.
I think that guy Barry was right. What's wrong with the lunatics? This guy's just asking me to say his dad has a big penis.
Yeah, no, he's a good son. Okay,
Son. That sounds like a creepy freaking son, if you ask me.
All right, John. So you know what? I think I was wrong. I think you're actually doing better than I thought. You don't seem bitter about anything. You seem to be having a good time.
I am, Elisa.
You're happy.
Look, I'm giving you the whole this woman thing. Look, it is. I have the tapes of the phone calls with her, not through me, through a third party. Anybody who would hear this would know how crazy she is. And I had it recorded for my own safety. Put it that way.
But were you excited that this woman was giving you money and wanting to fly you places?
First, it seemed nice.
She
seemed somewhat normal. But you know what? It's like Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction. They seem normal at first.
Right.
But then slowly you peel away at the onion and you realize they're batshit crazy.
Yeah, but that's anybody. I mean, get to know anyone very well. And it goes down.
Jackie the Joke Man used to have an album, Normal People, or People You Don't Know That Well, which, could be true, which is what you're saying essentially.
Yeah, I mean, once when you first meet somebody, they seem great. They're giving you money. They want to take you to Jamaica. They're sending nudes. From 1 to 10, what is she? Do you think she's an 8, a 7?
Probably a 6, maybe.
Okay. If she was an 8, would you have forgiven the gun?
No. It was way beyond that. I don't care if she was an 11.
Okay.
It was way beyond that. It was getting very scary at the end. It was getting really scary.
So Salma Hayek holds a gun against you and wants to take you to Jamaica. You say no.
Salma Hayek is not a lunatic like this woman.
Okay. So you're saying this woman is a lunatic. She threatened your life. You regretted getting involved with her. She's a dangerous person. Okay.
Well, if you want to see the picture of her pointing the gun at me, then I mean, that takes a certain kind of crazy, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so another question that I just have. So you're saying that the lawsuit, you think you're going to win this lawsuit, and you do not want your voice to be played on any radio. You do not. John, come on. You get excited when they play your voice.
Elisa, no, I don't.
You don't like that?
I was on the Stern Show for 15 years. I don't. It doesn't. I don't care. I don't. First of all,
you don't miss it at all. Nothing.
Look, I don't know about you. I don't know about you. I don't even like seeing myself here. I don't like seeing my own image anywhere.
I love seeing my image everywhere. Permanent friends.
Different. I'm not that vain. I don't need to be seen on the Howard Stern Show.
Wait, hold on. I can't hear the caller. What'd you say, caller?
I said, if John thinks this woman is crazy, why didn't he return her donations?
He probably needed the money. You needed the money, right, John? You said you needed it for rent.
Hold on a second. Oh, so let's get the premise of this question, Elisa. Okay. So after she holds a gun to me, now I'm going to send this woman money? Are you out of your mind? After what I had to put up with, her constant phone calls, her constant texts, her constant abuse on other people's shows, spewing lies. Now I'm going to reward her by giving her back her money. That's the most ridiculous comment I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, I don't think I would have given it back either, honestly.
No, why would? If I have to deal with all that time and work, what my moderator.
Listen, he's podcasting like every day. It's a lot of work. You guys, I do this once a week. John is putting a lot of work into this. So the $2,000 is really like he should be getting way more all the time. This is not easy. By the way,
Elisa, other people have given me a lot more on my show. Some people donate $100 at a clip. On my show.
No. I know that you get money, but I'm just saying to people, they don't realize what you have to deal with consistently from people. I mean, people are holding guns up to John. I mean, people are driving him nuts. He's gone crazy. He's bitter. He's angry, right, John? And he's not mentally well. None of us are.
Who is not mentally well?
All of us that are doing this.
I wouldn't say I'm not mentally well. I think I'm fine. I don't know what I don't get it. I'm not bitter either.
Oh, you're not? Oh, okay. Because I feel like
about 5 minutes ago that I wasn't bitter, and now you're saying that I am.
Well, just the fact that you have to go through all this on a consistent basis with a bunch of nutcases.
Elisa, could you say this? Okay. People on these social media sites threaten to come to the places I hang out and hurt me. They post pictures of my children and disparage them. They take pictures of where I live and where I hang out and post them threatening me. Okay? Now, that doesn't make me bitter, but it does make you very cautious because, look, John Lennon was shot by one of these lunatics as well. And you know what? You don't know. You don't know if this woman who's pointing a gun at me doesn't end up coming to LA and attempting to kill me. You don't know that. I don't know that. So for them, I have to really consider this. I had to send a cease and desist against a certain broadcaster who was posting pictures of my minor children and making horrible anti-transgender statements, goofing on their appearance. They actually got wind of it, were very upset and distraught by the way these people were abusing my kids who have done nothing, absolutely nothing to anybody and do not choose the spotlight. If any of you, including Kyle, think that's okay, then you have something really wrong with you.
Still worth it though, right?
What?
Well, it's still worth it. I mean, so you're still doing this. You're saying it's putting you in.
I'm not going to stop. It's like saying what, I know this is much to a lesser extent, but should Bill Maher, should Hal Sparks, should John Fugelsang, should any of these people stop doing their shows because they get people that threaten them? If that's the case, Howard Stern should have stopped doing his show 30 years ago. I would go through the mail at the Stern Show. You know how many death threats that Howard Stern would get on a regular basis? So is he supposed to stop doing what he loves? That's a ridiculous freaking premise as far as I'm concerned. No, you will send your cease and desist. You will find out who they are. Mm-hmm. And that's it. Now they post things from my ex-wife's, from her Facebook page and disparage my children. These are sick individuals. But is that going to make me stop earning a living? That's ridiculous.
Okay, this guy just wrote in the chat, John, will you remove Stern from all your advertising?
This is another thing. See, listen, I love this because I get to address all the horse shit that's out there on social media.
Yeah.
Elisa, when I do a show, a stand-up show, right? So if I'm at the Laugh Factory in Reno, it'll say probably, I don't control it, but it might say from the Howard Stern Show and the Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, if Mitch Fatel does a stand-up appearance, it might say from Jay Leno and David Letterman. Mm-hmm. Any comedy club is going to advertise where you may have seen this comic before.
Would you prefer it didn't say
I am proud of my past at Howard Stern.
But you don't want your voice to be heard.
Does that mean I want them to against my right of publicity? No, they're not allowed to do that. There are plenty of cases that my attorney has cited that they are not allowed to use my likeness or voice. They're not allowed to. So, like I said before, there are plenty of Stern employees who are right behind me waiting to see the outcome of this lawsuit and SiriusXM knows that because they know that this is a rabbit hole they don't want to go down because there's a lot of people who are waiting to find out. And I'm telling you, I talked to many of them from the Stern Show. I'm not the only one who is incredibly abused by SiriusXM for doing this.
Wait, they said they were abused? What do you mean by abused?
They are not compensating any of us for the use of our likeness, voice, which we never, ever gave them permission to do so.
Okay, so when you signed when you were on the show...
I never signed the contract, Elisa.
Don't you sign a release?
Nope, they didn't have them then. Jackie didn't, I didn't, Artie didn't, Scott the engineer didn't. None of us did. Steve Grillo didn't. Scotty Pace didn't. Doug
and
Goodstein
all those
didn't.
people are upset.
Ricky Wilson didn't. Yes, they are. So, like, you get guys, oh, John's a bit of guy. Oh, yeah. No, John's just the only one who'll stand up to. I will stand up against tyranny any single chance I get. And if somebody's going to abuse us, I will stand up to it.
So you look at it as abuse. So as a religious...
they're abusing me because they're not compensating me for using my likeness, voice, and image. They are abusing my right of publicity. It's a different kind of abuse than what you are relating it to. Okay? If you want to go through the legal thing, read what the file stipulates. In our case, then you'll understand what is going on. If I can't educate you enough, then I can't. But I've tried.
No, it's super interesting.
I was asking you, did you sign an NDA?
Not NDA. I think there are really. I don't remember. I don't even look when I sign something what it says. But hold on one second, Kermit and Friends.
You don't look at things when you sign them.
One question, no part two this time. John's former lawyer was Michael Avenatti. Did you know that?
Yes.
I just wondered if you talked to Michael in prison and if he's giving you legal advice. Thank you.
Very good question. Thank God we actually have a normal one and not a troll, which is what Kyle is, because he's a total troll. His whole show is making money off of others, which is all he could do because he has no freaking apparent talent. So I will just say this. Michael Avenatti was not in jail when I hired him. I had no idea of any allegation of his criminal past, unlike Kyle, who has an alarming criminal past. But Michael Avenatti was clean as a whistle, and he got me out of my problems with the Secret Service. Now, Avenatti then got tried and convicted of crimes, which right now he just got out of one of them, due to a stipulation.
John,
but I have not spoken to answer the question before Kyle spews his bullshit. I have not spoken to Michael Avenatti since.
John, did you compare yourself to John Lennon?
I compared my trolls that they could have the same kind of lunatic as Mark David Chapman. I'm not comparing myself to John Lennon. See, Elisa, this is how things get twisted. I was just saying, you don't know where the next David Hinckley is going to come from. So if a person points a gun at me in a picture, I'm not comparing myself to my idol, John Lennon. I'm comparing the lunatics out there to being people that may want to kill you. Okay? It doesn't matter how big of a celebrity that you are. There are crazy people who might want to kill Stuttering John. By in no shape or form, Elisa, I don't even think you took it as me comparing myself to John Lennon, who is my idol. The Beatles are my favorite band. I'm just saying that you don't know where the next lunatic is going to come from. And look, I'm an E-list celebrity at best, probably a J-list, but you don't know. Look, Elisa, you're doing this show. You don't know if you get a hater. You're a beautiful woman. You don't know if you get some freaking stalker who's going to try and do you harm. You don't know if that's going to happen. And I think that you get scared of it thinking about it sometimes, because I think you and I have had this conversation.
I'm not as scared as you sound.
I'm not scared. But when a woman points a gun at you, you do have to take it into consideration. That's all I'm saying. I invite people to come to the pub I hang out with. I'm not scared because I know how to handle myself. But that doesn't stop someone from showing up with a gun and then trying to kill you. Who knows? Just so you know, Elisa, I've had a guy at my pub threaten to kill me. A big, big dude came and whispered in my ear, "I'm going to kill you." So to think that it couldn't happen, it could. People are killed all the time. You know what I mean? So I'm not comparing myself to John Lennon. I'm just saying there are lunatics like Mark David Chapman out there every single day.
Okay.
But see, Elisa, this is what guys like Kyle try and do. They try and twist things for their own benefit to make things appear as though they are what they really are not. I'm going to compare myself to one of the greatest rock and roll legends in the history of all time. Okay.
But do you think you should stop watching Kyle and people like Kyle?
I don't watch Kyle.
Oh, okay. All right. So
again, Elisa, I'm gonna say this one more time.
Yeah.
I don't watch any of the shows. I don't go on Reddit. I don't go on Radio Gunk.
You don't go on Reddit?
No.
You sure?
I refuse to. I don't. I swear on my life, I don't go on Reddit. But I'll tell you this. People will tweet me before I could block them. Clip of Scion Z does a show about Stuttering John. Scion Z. They tweet me this or text me with phony numbers. That's what they do. I'm surprised they haven't called me yet. I'm sure they'll call me any second with a phony number. They call my mother with phony numbers. They pay for a service to do this. My mother, my 80-year-old mother, they call and harass. So I don't watch these shows. I don't go on Reddit. I don't know what they say. I don't want to know. It's toxic. It's all negative. I don't care what these people say. So I don't want to know. So the only way I find out is through Twitter or through text.
Okay, that makes sense. Whoa, too much feedback. Yes, Kleenex.
Yeah, I want to stand up for John. I even kind of prejudged him last night. Exactly what he's saying. Everybody that's done this or even done small versions of it knows what he's talking about. He's not comparing himself. There is haters. You could be a person that performs on the street with a guitar and be shot because somebody didn't like this fucking song you played.
Yeah.
John's not trying to say he's this or he's that. And anybody would, and the proof that John is doing such a good job on your show today is the trolling that he's getting. The fact that
people care about John either way,
John was proven for years to have a track record of being extremely entertaining.
Yes.
I told him when I met him, I still listen to him because, sometimes he's unlistenable because not everybody does a great show. But when he's on, he's on. When he's on his game, he's on his game. And I love the fact that it's being proven by the trolling that he's getting, that this fucking guy that is on, I'm very aware of him. What John said is so goddamn true. This guy would not have a YouTube channel if he wasn't being a troll about the successful people out there that got fucking talent. His only way of income or only way of even having a spot is to criticize talented people that are doing good work, including John. So kudos to John. This has been the best show you've had this year. This is better than Connor and all that horse shit. This is what true podcasting is. John is being extremely honest, being very forthcoming, and he is inspiring because he's telling you, I'm just one of you, but I'm aware of the world I live. Great job, John. It was a pleasure to meet you the other night. Hopefully we'll have a couple conversations.
I had a good time with you, buddy.
All right, great. Thanks, Chris. Great call. Oh, he's
I do have to say, Elisa, and I'm not saying it for any other reason, and I'm glad that's just you and I right now. I do have to go soon because I got to do my show at 2. I have David Feldman on, who's a writer for Bob Smigel. And,
okay. No, I understand. Just lastly, what are your hopes, for what's coming next for you? You hope you win your lawsuit. What else?
My life, Dee Snider said it best to me on the Howard Stern show. John, you lived a charmed life. And I have to say, I'm grateful that I have lived a charmed life. I've achieved everything that I've set out to do. I wanted to get a record deal. I did. I got to tour the country, opening up for bands like Ozzy Osbourne and Collective Soul and White Zombie and, and Motley Crue. I've gotten to write a song with one of my idols, Joe Walsh, and got to hang out with him in his house and record with him in the studio. I have gotten to write and sell him and star and sell a movie to National Lampoon. And I've gotten to work on 2 of the most iconic radio and TV shows and be a writer on each show. I got to be the announcer of the biggest late night show in television history, where I had a stutterer, which was an inspiration to stutterers all across this nation and the world. I've got to have a book deal. I've got to work for some of the greatest people. I've had the opportunity to be a father of 3 great children. So I've lived a very good life. I've made a decent amount of money, put college funds all the way for all my kids. They'll never have to pay for one day of college in their life. And I live very comfortably, own a condo, own a Harley, own a Mercedes. I'm living a good life, so I don't regret a thing. And to answer your question, I don't know what's going to come next. God has been very good to me, Elisa. Granted, he gave me OCD. Granted, he gave me a bad stutter, but man, he was able to give me. See, this is that Kyle guy again, Elisa. Susanna's new husband pays for their college. Okay, now see, this is the kind of bullshit that a guy like this Kyle. This is what they do.
I didn't even see that comment.
Yeah, it's on there. But this is what a lowlife this Kyle guy is, who has a criminal record and yells at his mother-in-law while inebriated. I have college funds put away by myself ever since my
Susanna's new husband. Shut up, John.
Ever since
no one's gonna shoot you.
Take him. I put $300 away for each child with my brother-in-law, my ex-wife's brother, at Northwestern Mutual. $300 away for each child ever since each child was born, which now is 6 figures. Only one who put the money away for my children, and you get a freaking guy like that Kyle guy to spew more nonsensical lies and horseshit that my ex-wife's new husband is paying for anything. I pay my child support. I freaking paid for all the college funds, and that guy Kyle is gonna lie. Now, who are you gonna trust here, Elisa? Me, a man who's never been imprisoned, never got a DUI, doesn't post his show inebriated, or a guy with a criminal record? Okay, see, Gonzo, 300 for each kid a month. Do you understand that? That's 3,600 a year, each year of their lives. You do the math, Gonzo. It's 300 a month. I was paying 900 a month on college funds. Okay? So try not to accuse me of lying, because you'll lose, because I don't lie. And this is the kind of horseshit that you get on social media, Lisa. And that's what these shows that Kyle does, that the other shows that he mentioned, they lie and promote horseshit. And if you want the truth, Elisa, you'll get it from me, because I don't lie. I won't lie. I refuse to lie. Yens Nation Sport, why am I so mad? Because I'm mad when I've lived an honorable life, have been a good father to 3 children, who I hang out with and talk to on a regular basis, who write me the sweetest things, kindest text, nicest Father's Day and birthday cards that any father could criminal past. And you might question whether you should have him on your show ever again. I'm just saying, Elisa, you're supposed to be a Christian. You're supposed to be all about love. You're supposed to be all about acceptance. Well, you have a guy like that on, spewing lies and horseshit and anger about somebody who's your guest? Really? Because guess what, Elisa? On my show, I don't do that. I have people on. I don't have guests coming on to trash any of the guests that I have on. I don't do that. I don't sabotage my guests that way. I don't. That's your prerogative. I'll answer their questions. I'll deal with it. I'm not upset with you at all. But I'm just saying, you might want to change your MO on your show if you want to get guests. Because if your MO is to have people come on and spread horseshit like Kyle does, then who's going to want to do your show in the first place? Just giving you a little tip.
So I have all people on my show.
Okay. So far, you've had.
I love everyone.
So far, you've had people call me a stuttering fuckface. You've had people.
You had Charmin. You had Charmin, who's wonderful, and James, who's wonderful.
I know. I'm just telling you.
Jesus loves all people.
You keep allowing Scion back on to
He's
spew
interested.
hate.
Hold on 1 second. Here's another guy that likes you. Kermit and friends.
Damn it, I'm going to defend fucking John. God damn it, he's got a point. It is entertaining to see the O'Connors. It is entertaining to watch somebody beat the shit out of your guest. But when you start getting better guests, do you really want to fucking sandbag them and put them in the trick bag and make them never want to come back?
So this is a good conversation.
No, because John is so fucking right. And I'm going to stand up for him.
Okay, he's your new friend. I understand.
No bullshit. It's bullshit because he's got a point. He's got a point.
Want guests okay, you're going to do that to me? Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, you want guests to return?
Elisa, by the way.
Go ahead, Kleenex. Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
You want guests to return?
Hey, Chris.
You want a certain kind of guest to return? That's what you got to ask yourself about your show.
Okay, so Kleenex, you might have a point.
Remember what I told you? Listen, I'm gonna defend you too. I told you, don't ever let anybody, when I saw you tonight, don't ever let anybody tell you how to do your show. But he's got a point this time. He's not saying do it. He's giving you a suggestion. So it's better than saying, don't do this, don't do that. He's saying, if you want a guest to return, you might think about how you handle them. He's not telling you how to do your show. He's giving you just some of his opinions. And you've had too many goddamn people.
I see what Kleenex is saying. Kleenex, okay, your audio's horrible, but I like what Kleenex is saying.
And Elisa, let me just say, because again, Kyle is trying to lie here and say,
I like what Kleenex is saying. His audio's horrible though, but I just want to say.
Hold on, Elisa. I just want you to know something.
Yeah.
Because Kyle was lying again, saying that now I'm turning on you. I'm not mad at you at all. I was just giving you a suggestion. I'm just saying you might not want to have these people come on to lie about a guest of yours. That's all I'm saying. And call me fuckface and shit. I'm just saying you might want to rethink that if you want to get bigger guests on, just like Chris. But I'm not mad at you at all. I love you. I'm not mad. I don't have any problem. I'll do your show again. I'm just saying that you might want to think about it. I'm just giving a friendly tip. I'm not mad at you at all. Because on my show, I don't do that. And if I did, I would never have these guests would never want to come on with me ever again. And that's why I have top-notch guests like Jay Leno. That's why I have James Carville.
Jay Leno was on your balcony beer show?
No, he's been on my podcast. Sometimes I'll do it just an entertainment one on my regular show. But
I didn't know that.
But he did go political, which I was shocked. But I've had I've had Howie Mandel on my show. I've had Larry the Cable Guy on my show. How do I get these A-listers? I don't sandbag them with calls and people hating on them while they're a guest. That's all.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I'm sorry that Kyle upset you so much.
No, he doesn't upset me.
I didn't even think you'd care. I didn't think you'd care about Kyle. I thought he'd be inconsequential.
At least I enjoy it in a way. I enjoy beating them down because I enjoy them spewing the nonsense. I enjoy being able to call them out for the horseshit. I'm not mad at them. I do not hate them. I feel bad for them. I am not mad at you at all. I hope you don't think that. I'm just saying that they lie. It's like Gonzo, $300 did not pay for college tuition, John, which is a total blatant lie. I paid $300 a month for each kid. Do you understand that, Elisa? And after 21 years, that builds up for each kid, and it builds up interest. So now it's 6 figures, and my kids are so freaking bright, they get scholarships that they don't. My daughter, just so you know, Elisa, was the valedictorian at Calabasas High School. She got free rides from BU, University of Michigan. That's free ride, tuition, board, dormitory, food, books, everything. My kids are incredibly bright. They take after their dad.